Hello, one and all. Welcome to the A to the K Wrestling Show. Joining us today is the new Progress Atlas World Champion, the one and only Will Kroos. Will, thank you for being here, man. How are you?
What's going? Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you? How are you guys? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, we're all good.
Yeah, we're great, thank you. No, thanks for being on. So as Carl mentioned, first and foremost, you've just won the Progress Atlas World Championship. So first question really is, what does being the Atlas champ mean to you?
Oh, it means everything. I mean, for me, when I first got into independent wrestling, um, literally the first like big show I saw would have been like, well, the first big man match. Sorry, should I say not show, but big man match I saw was Joe Coffey versus Rampage Brown at I think
Nice.
it was at Ali Pali,
Yeah.
and it was for the Atlas belt. And I was just like, wow, like that is the standard, like that's the belt for the big men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's been a long journey to get here, but to finally get it, and with the lineage it's had, yeah, I'm stoked and just happy. Yeah, over the moon.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. Interestingly, though, we've seen that title change hands now three times in the past 3 months. Like, what are you
Yeah,
looking to prove as now being that champion in progress, and how confident are you being able to keep hold of the belt for the long haul?
yeah. I mean, I'm pretty confident. Again, it's been a bit of hot potato, but now like with me having it. Uh, I feel like I'm the best big man in the job at the minute, and I just want to bring back like big man wrestling and like real like
Love it.
put a like a light back on big men wrestling. So I just want to wrestle the biggest man, the baddest man, and just have bangers.
Yeah.
So
Damn
yeah,
right. Love it.
that is what I want. Like I want to take it everywhere. Like I'm off to America. I'm off to France this weekend. I'm off to America in a few weeks. I just want to take it everywhere and just wrestle the biggest man on the planet who I can.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Atlas title on tour. Love it.
Yeah, definitely.
So, the winning the Atlas title does seem to have come at the sort of sacrifice of your relationship with Uncle Gene. I just wondered, have you spoken since?
Uh, Not since, no. Like, we had that moment in the ring afterwards where I feel like he was a bit, oh, maybe I've been a bit of a bad elder, should you say? But other than that, like, we're yet to squash the beef fully and make amends, I guess. But it was nice for us to have that moment, I guess, for him
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
to be a bit apologetic, should we say, and give me
Yeah.
Least he could do, let's be fair. So going way, way back, obviously, from the time when you started training, when you first got into the business, one of your very first matches was against now SmackDown GM Nick Aldis. Obviously, how important was that match so early in your career and to kind of step in there with someone, with the resume that Aldis has got?
Yeah, I mean, I was super fortunate. That was in my first year of wrestling. Big shout out to Fight Factory Wrestling back in the day when I was there and on their shows. They really helped push. They obviously saw something in me early doors, and they really pushed me on, like and wrestle talent of the caliber of like Nick Aldis, and others. But like to wrestle Nick at that time and that point, like Nick said something to me, like which will always stick with me, which I won't say out loud.
Yeah,
Um,
of course. Yeah.
but like I don't feel like it's the moment yet. But I feel like if I see Nick again, it'd be nice to say to him like he was right and stuff, and what he said to me at the time was really good. But like to wrestle Nick, with him being he'd done the TNA world champion at the
Mhm.
time, and it was either like when he was doing I think it was just before he started to do the NWA World Heavyweight stuff. I think I wrestled him
Yeah.
before that, but obviously like that was on his agenda, and to see what he did with that, how he brought
Mm.
that back to prominence again, like to wrestle someone like Nick was great, and he really helped me a lot, like early doors, and gave me a lot of guidance, should we say, to get to where I am now. So yeah, very good.
Yeah, I love that. Like, to someone to give back as well in that
Yeah, of
way and,
course. Yeah.
give you that wisdom is great to hear.
Yeah. Obviously, Carl's mentioned that you sort of your moments and your connection with Nick there. And obviously, you've trained with Rampage as well. So I suppose I'm just wondering, sort of, what would you say was the sort of first moment you felt you could sort of make this your life and do wrestling full time?
I mean, that's a crazy one. I mean, anyone who's like an indie wrestler knows like the struggles and the chase, and
Mhm.
we're always like chasing what's next, and like we're always chasing that full-time role and stuff. And like I'm fortunate now, like I've been able to be full-time like all since since August last year, pretty much. And
Yeah.
that's only due to my own personal circumstances as well. Uh, but you know, it's yeah, it's a lot of hard work. And
Yeah.
sorry, can you repeat what you said? I felt like I've gone on a tangent then. What did you
No,
ask me
no,
about?
no, it's no problem at all. I
Sorry. I
suppose
feel like I'm
no,
going on a
it's fine.
tangent, but I'd want to make sure I'm answering the
No,
right
no,
No, no,
question.
it's fine. We like to listen. It's no problem. I suppose really it's what was there a particular moment that made you think, you know
Oh
what, yeah,
yeah,
I can do this full time sort of thing.
I don't know. Like I can't put it down to a specific like one moment, but I'd
Hmm.
say being asked to do the like be part of the UK Noah tour last year, like last
Yeah,
September. I feel like that was a real big moment for me to, even though like because at the time, even though the Noah tour was in collaboration, should we say, with Progress, I wasn't a part of Progress at the time.
yeah,
And I was selected essentially third party via like a Noah representative, should we say? So
right,
like
oh,
for
nice.
me, like to get that opportunity when I did, and then for how like my career's unfolded afterwards, I'd pinpoint it around that moment. But
yeah,
then obviously to have the match with Inamura in like for Pro Wrestling Noah, I'd say, and like it went well, and obviously I've then got invited, and I've done a Noah tour, and I'd say like that was roughly the point where I can be like, hang on a minute, like maybe this is like a full time, like definitely a full time career for me, you know?
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. Like strength to strength from there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you touched on that, obviously, to do the UK Noah thing. You've then since been over to Japan. I'm just curious, obviously, you for that tour, it's such a high profile tour. You even got the challenge for the GHC national title. What was that whole
Yeah,
experience like for you over in Japan as a guy from Nottinghamshire to adjust to the Japanese culture?
yeah. I mean, it was amazing. Like the only bad thing I can say, which isn't even a bad thing, it was just way too hot. Like for me, like the
Mm.
Japanese summer, I don't think it dropped below 24 degrees.
Oh
But like the
wow.
Yeah,
culture out there, how wrestling is respected out there, how it's like welcomed, the whole culture over there for wrestling, and how like respectful and respected everything is over there. It was amazing. It was so eye opening, and I'm ever grateful for Pro Wrestling Noah and the opportunity to go there, and it
yeah,
be as successful as what it was. Like it was just an amazing experience. They looked after me so well. Like they treated me amazingly. So yeah, like it was wicked. Like it really was like just an amazing experience.
yeah,
Yeah, that sounds it.
yeah. No, it's awesome to know as well that like the respect they put on it and all.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know you had a well publicized tryout recently. There's a lot of eyeballs on you right now and what you've been doing. I just wondered, what does it feel like, sort of getting recognized in such a competitive landscape?
Yeah, I mean, I like for one, I've always been confident in my ability, and
Hmm.
like I've always known like I can do it, you know. But I would say like in terms of the tryout, I feel like I was definitely like a wild card, I guess, thrown into it. Like
Mm.
obviously like I've done well like going to Noah and stuff, and then I almost feel like it came out the blue of me like being
Right.
announced for the tryout and that I was there. Like but to me like I've always known, so like I was like fully confident and like fully welcoming the opportunity. But I feel like in a general sense, I feel like people was like, oh wow, like Will's here, like Will's doing this. So
Yeah.
it was real nice to like I guess catch people off guard, I guess, but then also to
Mm.
follow through and do as well as what I did. Because again, like that whole tryout, like that was an amazing experience. Like I'm ever so grateful again. And
Yeah.
it was just yeah, it was just amazing. It was just amazing to be like part of that machine, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly love the confidence of, like, you know what, I know I can do it. That's
Well, that's it.
and
I think
rightly so, to be fair.
yeah, you've got to kind of
Yeah,
have that
I
belief
mean,
in
yeah,
yourself.
yeah, you have to, you know, like it's like I feel like wrestling is so transparent and like fans aren't dumb, you know. Like and I don't want to insult anyone's intelligence. So like if
Mm.
I don't believe I'm capable, how can I expect someone to look at me and then if they see me not being confident or like see me like doubting myself, then that just sets doubt for them. Do you know what I mean? And it just gives it away.
Yeah,
So like
no,
you
100%, yeah.
have to is yeah, you definitely have to be confident and just not egotistical, but just confidence and like believe in yourself. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I absolutely love that. I think it's the right way to be as well. The thing that probably fascinates me and everyone, I guess, watching you in the ring is just, your agility, your bloody Spanish flies off the top rope, you're just somewhat of an enigma, I think, in the ring. I'm curious, did you did you take any like inspiration from like, some of the agile big men like a big Van Vader or a Bronson Reed or like how did you kind of decide to carve out this style for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for me, there's been a lot of experimentation, like with myself. Like, I went, especially through like the first, probably like around year 3 or 4, like just before COVID. I
Yeah.
definitely felt like I was experimenting a lot, and I was like trying to do flips all the time. Like I'd do like a dive over the top rope, like front flip over the rope and land on my feet and stuff, and I'd be doing moonsaults all the time. And I was definitely like experimenting on like how should I be me, you know? And it's definitely about
Yeah.
finding the balance of being that big like killer dude, like beast of a dude, and then adding the. It's about like finding the right point to add the athleticism in.
Yeah.
Um, for me, I always used to like when I first started watching indie wrestling and stuff. I was drawn to like Samoa Joe, but like not that Joe was like, should we say, he'd do like athletic things. It was not that he's not athletic, but like it was
Yeah.
more how he did like a gear change, you know, like he'd be doing
Yeah.
slow and methodical, and then like he'd snap your fingers, and like before you know it, he's just done like this super impressive athletic thing. So like I've definitely taken bits from that, and like
Yeah.
Bam Bam Bigelow, like as well as another
Yeah.
one. Like you mentioned Vader, like to Morishima as well. Is someone who I used to watch. Like it's all about. Try and I don't try and like be super impressive with like the athletic stuff, but it's how I feel like it's how I like snap my fingers and like go from slow and then bang, and then you have that like fast pace minute or whatever, and then
Yeah.
I feel like that's what really sets me apart is just how like I can go from slow and methodical to bang, and like like 10 seconds is gone and you're like, oh my god, what's he just done, how's he done that? Do you know what I mean? Like it's that surprise and
Yeah.
shock factor, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's definitely taken me a while to like fine tune it and stuff, but I definitely feel like I found that right balance now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't agree more. I think when you say about that sort of that shock change, that switch up, like when you're on YouTube and varying other platforms, like and you see clips of your matches, like people are like that's the bit that gets clipped is that switch up, that shock factor for
Yeah,
everyone. So as you say, I think you found a sweet spot there, definitely.
Yeah, it's good. It's good as well, as you say, to actually just have the be able to sprinkle that in. Because as you
Yeah,
say,
of
people
course,
will
yeah.
look and go, "Okay, here's a big man," and then you just do something like that, and people lose
Yeah,
their
like
mind.
holy
Like,
shit,
what have I just seen? So
yeah.
it is just that sweet spot, as you
Yeah,
say. I think yeah, you nail it perfectly.
indeed. So obviously you mentioned slightly earlier about do a bit of traveling with the Atlas title there. So embarking on a huge tour of America with Beyond Wrestling, Limitless, and Interspecies. I just wondered how much are you looking forward to being in the US and might we see you crop up anywhere else?
yeah. There's a few like I've left a few dates off there, and I think one of the dates was a question mark, which like I've just been told to like keep as a surprise, should we say?
Nice.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm super excited to go across. Every time I go to America, I've loved it. Like I don't really want to come home. So I'm super excited, and I feel like this time, like everything just feels right at the minute. Like in terms of like the response to things, and whenever
yeah,
like I announce something now, like it seems to be a lot more like warm welcomed and not as forced as what maybe it has been in the past. Like people seem to be a lot more welcoming of me now, which I guess is credit to I guess where I am currently and like what I've done.
oh yeah,
But
no, 100%.
I'm just super excited to go and show show that side of the world what I'm about, you know.
Yeah, damn right.
Yeah. I'm not sure obviously what states that you are going to be wrestling in. I'm just curious, is there anything that you want to kind of like tick off the bucket list while you're there? Or obviously you said you've been a few times before. Is there anything about America you particularly love? We had the Reese on the other week and he was just like 7-Eleven. Can't,
Yeah,
can't get me out of 7-Eleven. But is there any
Yeah,
like Americanisms that like you're just really looking forward to doing while you're over there?
just everything's just bigger, you know, like
Yeah.
it's little for me, it's just little things, like it's just simple things of like say if I have rental, like car rental or something, it's like just the simple thing of like just parking your car. Like over here in the
Yeah.
UK, like you park your car in a space and sometimes you might not be able to open your door because like the spaces are that small. Whereas you go
Yeah.
over there and because like cars over there and trucks and stuff are like twice as big as what they are over here, everything's just bigger, so it's just a lot easier to get out. Like it's amazing. Just so
Yeah.
like just simple things like that. Really, I'm a really easy man to please. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, just yeah,
no,
just I'm
I
just
never
looking forward
considered it,
to
but
it.
no, you're
Like,
right. It's definitely a lot more roomy. Even the
Yeah.
roads are just bigger, aren't they?
Yeah.
To
And
take
plus when you lock them,
yes,
they make that little bleep bleep.
yeah,
Don't get over it.
little things,
You
yeah.
know.
Um, so obviously, I'm just curious. We've seen the likes of Rio and Darius show up in the dungeon. Are there any wrestling schools you're interested in sort of hitting up while you're in the States?
yeah. So I'm going to be based in New Jersey. Um,
Oh, nice.
currently with when I was out in Japan, I met a great worker called Ryan Clancy. I don't know if you heard of him. Fancy Ryan Clancy. Great guy. He's so I'm going to
No.
be stopping with him. But in terms of schools, I'm going to be going to the Worldwide Dojo. Hopefully, if I get
Nice.
time, which is Cheeseburger School. Used
Oh,
to be
cool.
used to be the old Ring of Honor school. I met Cheeseburger last year when he came over here. He actually came to PPW. So hopefully I can get there. And I think there's Creator Pro as well in New York.
Yeah.
I think are the two schools I'm going to try and hit up. Yeah, so
Nice.
just try again. Like if I can get some free time, and I'm sure I will, just sink my teeth into as much as I can. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So as we talked about US, obviously the UK scene has been absolutely thriving again in recent years. How important is it? You kind of touched on it before, but how important is it to represent British wrestling on like such a global stage?
Super important. I mean, everyone knows how tough it's been, and like coming out of COVID and like lockdown and stuff, and like trying to rebuild
Mm,
the scene. Obviously, with a lot of the top guys left just before COVID and stuff, and like I feel like as a whole and as a crew, like as a collective, like the guys and girls have like worked so hard to like make British wrestling like as good as it can be, and it is again. So like I'm super proud to be able to travel around the world and like hopefully showcase like the best of British wrestling and be like one of the top guys to have helped, I guess, bring us
yeah.
back to the point where we are now. Like, I mean, again, I still think it's crazy that it's 4 years now since like we came out of lockdown properly. So like it's been a long
Yeah.
4 years of coming out, but like
Yeah.
everyone's done so well in like grouping together and like just soldiering on and making the scene like as good as what it can be again.
Yeah.
So
So I
I'm
imagine that
super
must have
proud.
been a bit of a roller coaster for you, really, because am I right in saying it was 2017 you started out, so you've
Yes,
been sort of, I suppose, starting out when COVID hit, I suppose, weren't you?
yeah. I mean, I felt like I was just starting to not make a name for myself, but like just get momentum behind me. Like
Yeah.
just before we went into lockdown, I was at PCW. I just won the Road to Glory tournament. I wrestled like Black Taurus, who's now with the Beast Mortos.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
Tyson Duck, Sebastian Suave. I wrestled like a whole bunch of guys and then became the PCW World Champion. I was supposed to debut at ICW and stuff just all before lockdown. So I felt like I was getting some real good momentum, but then obviously like the world shut down and everyone was in the
Yeah.
same boat though, do you know what I mean? So like when we came
Yeah.
back, like everyone was literally in the same position of just like, right, we've had nothing for like the past year. So like now we're all in the same playing field and we've got to get that momentum again.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, it's again back to like I'm super proud to be from like the British wrestling scene and I love waving the flag for us guys and Yeah, I just hope I can and do the scene proud, you know.
Yeah, no, you
No,
definitely
no
are.
doubt, yeah. So obviously we mentioned, well, you mentioned before about Nick Aldis. You've mixed it up with some huge names already, Nick included, obviously, but there's the likes of Joe Hendry and Leon Slater. I just wondered who's sort of taught you the most in ring so far, would you say?
Rampage Brown, for
Yeah,
definite. Like I was, like I touched on before, like the first like big heavyweight match I saw was between like Joe and Joe Coffey and Rampage Brown, and then
yeah,
the first actual independent show I went to outside of my training school was a What Culture show because we did the ring hire and
yeah,
Rampage was main event in again that show and so again like he's always been the standard for me. I've been super fortunate to have wrestled him numerous times. I'm now his tag team partner as well, and just to be able to like learn, like train with him, watch him in matches, like learn from him, and then like be alongside him now and uh, he's just a man. I'm ever so grateful for all the knowledge and guidance he's given me, and he's just the best. I can't say anything bad about him. Yeah,
I love
oh,
that.
that's awesome, especially to now hold the Atlas as well. That's really
yeah,
cool. Yeah,
like super full. Like for me, winning the Atlas is amazing. Like to be able to just know like the lineage it's had with like the best guys like Coffee, Rampage, Walter.
yeah,
So like some of the best guys there's ever been, and then like for me to win the North Tag Team titles with Rampage Brown was like a massive full circle moment for me. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
Yeah,
no, just I'm yeah, just very grateful.
I
yeah.
love it. And the crazy thing is about all this as well is like you're still so young, especially in wrestling years. Like, what are you, 28 now? Like,
Yeah, I'm
you know,
28, so I appreciate you saying I'm so young now, but like you said a minute ago about Leon, like I'm very good
Mm,
friends with Leon and seeing him all the time killing it, doing what
yeah,
Yeah.
like doing amazingly well. It's so like heartwarming and just nice to
mm,
see him smashing it and just fulfilling everything. But then
yeah.
he's only 20. He's only just turned 21. God, I'm just like, oh my God, he definitely like makes me feel old. But yes, like I guess in the grand scheme of things, I'm still young, should we say? But definitely in wrestling sense, yeah, young, and I still feel like I've got a lot of years ahead of me.
Mm,
But I just got to keep grounded and keep working hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you felt like yourself kind of evolving every year? Kind of, do you feel like you're getting that little bit better every year? Because it certainly looks like it.
Yeah, I mean, I've like I said earlier, I've always been confident, but I feel like this year, 2025, coming out of 2023, I had a few personal problems. So like 2024 was like a reset year, and
Yeah.
just like
Mm.
a year of like manifesting what's next, like trying to like build a path. Sorry, coming down to pursue pro wrestling. These guys like Liam Slater and Nathan Black, they've been instrumental to like my success to excuse me to get to like this point where I'm at now. Like without those guys, like without having Liam Slater as someone who I can like run ideas past and like how I do this kind of wrestling, and then like having Nathan in terms of like manifesting stuff, it's been amazing. So like definitely like without that last year and having that like reset almost for myself personally,
Mm,
uh, here now, I'm like I'm so glad these guys here, but definitely like that, like 2025. Coming like I said it to a friend of mine, like 2025 at the start of the year, things just felt it. There's like a saying, like do you know when like there's something in the water? Do you know what I mean? Like something in the air, you
yeah.
Yeah,
can
yeah.
just like feel. You can just feel it, and I'm a big guy for like manifesting stuff. So like this definitely at the start of this year, I just again just being believing in myself, being confident. But there was definitely like something in the air. Do you know what I mean? I was like, this is the year, like
Yeah.
something's gonna happen, and here we are. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
It's
I
bloody
just
coming true, isn't
That's it.
again, yeah, I
Shows
can't
you,
I
trust
can't
your gut,
complain.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I like I said before, I just got to keep my feet on the ground, keep working hard, and keep humble. Like stay humble. It's
Yeah,
it's just amazing. I'm so grateful.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
No.
love it. Um, I'm just wondering, obviously you've wrestled so many big names, well, so many different people as well. But do you have like a bit of I suppose, a Mount Rushmore of wrestlers that you want to face that you've not had a chance to yet?
Oh, so like for who I want to face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, it's
Try,
crazy.
try to flip it a bit. Everyone used to guess who's your
Yeah, I
favorites. Like,
know.
but
For me,
who do you want to be?
like Samoa Joe, like I'd
Yeah.
love, like he's my like my dream, like someone who I was
Yeah.
just like, wow, like you're the man. Do you know what I mean? Like
That would be
you
really
can
cool.
you
Yeah.
can you can talk the talk, you can walk the walk. He's been like generational for like the bigger man wrestler.
Yeah.
Changes the game. So like definitely Joe. Uh,
You know,
who
Joe's gonna
else?
try and sidestep something on you though.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'd fucking go for something, or like I'd go up top for the Spanish Fly, just push me off and just stand at me, or something like that. I don't know. But like, yeah, Joe. Who else? Roman Reigns, I think. Like, again,
Yeah,
he's yeah, what he's done for the industry and like who he is and what he is just amazing.
100%. Yeah.
That'd be cool. I think Bronson Reed would be a good one for sure.
Mm.
Like just two big men slapping me.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
the
well, that's
old
I mean,
the old saying as it goes. Just people
80
just.
men slapping
I
me.
feel like people just want to see that. Me and Brody King would be cool as well. The
yeah,
same type of deal. I'd loved like I wrestled. I was fortunate. I got to wrestle Marufuji in Japan, but he was in a
Mm.
tag match. I'd love to have a singles against him. He's
yeah.
just a genius. They don't call him the genius of the arc for nothing. So
Yeah.
like I think like they'd be like my big four. I think currently.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah,
Nah,
that's very
quite a
good.
list that. Yeah.
You touched on before. You said you're quite a simple guy. Like you're easily pleased. I'm curious
Yeah.
who is Will Cruz outside of the ring? Like what do you do to kind of switch off,
So
recharge?
so I'm a farm boy.
Oh,
I grew
nice.
up on a farm. It's away from the main, like it's away from the main town. It's off the main road. So for me, literally, I have my dogs. I have my cats. I have a bearded dragon. I love my
Nice.
Oh,
animals,
nice.
but I'm a big family man. So literally, if I'm not at Pursuit Pro Wrestling or if I'm not on the road to going to a show, I'm either literally at home with my family and animals or like seeing my pals. So I'm
Yeah.
literally like the most simplest of so easy to make me happy. Like, yeah, like walking the dogs and stuff. Like, I could spend all day with them. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm extremely simple. Just a farmer, just a farmer essentially.
Love it. Best
I
way to
get it.
be.
Sounds blissful in a way.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably not actually being a farmer. That probably sounds like a lot of work, but
Yeah,
go
yeah.
off on the
So
dog. Go off
yeah.
on the dog. Do
But fortunately, I would say I've chosen this path. But yeah, it's long hours. Definitely long hours. If if,
that.
if I was to be on the farm, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I suppose lastly from us, just want to ask. Obviously, we know the tour's coming, but what do the next sort of 6 to 12 months have in store for Will Cruz?
So obviously, Alice champion. Traveling around as much as I can. I've got France and the US coming up. I'm pretty sure I'm back to
Nice.
Japan soon. Nothing's announced yet, but I'm pretty confident. So, in the grand scheme of things, I think that's it really. And just keep doing what I'm doing, keep, you know, surprising people, making a name for myself, and trying to get like the Atlas belt back to the place where I know it should be, with the big men. Trying to find the biggest men and start a fight with them, basically. That's what
Love
I want to be doing. Yeah.
it. Oh, I love it. Keep those manifestations up because they're all coming true. Honestly,
Thanks, guys.
awesome having you on the show. Congrats again on becoming the Atlas World Champ. And yeah, can't wait to see what's next for you. Obviously, whether that's turning it up in Progress or Japan or the States or anywhere. But any kind of final words or anything, where people can keep up to date with you and everything you got going on?
Yeah, I mean, on Twitter and Twitter, it's called X now. On X and Instagram, my handle is Will Cruz. Just pure and simple Will Cruz, pretty easy. And yeah, just please keep supporting British independent wrestling shows. I know times are hard for everyone, but we just like the guys and girls on the scene just want to be doing the best wrestling for everyone, like for ourselves and for you guys. So like, please just keep supporting everyone, not just me, but everyone. And hopefully, I'll see you soon.
Love it, man.
Thanks again, man.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
A to the K.
To the K. To the K.